on some things that people don't seem to realize, and it's important. So, um, talk about it just for a minute, just for a second, just to get this out there. People ask me all the time, and I used to not understand this concept myself, or this fact, and it's something that I've grown to realize as my understanding has evolved of this situation and this system and uh, this system. Is what it is. It's a broadcast system, and it's neural monitoring. It's mind control. It's neural monitoring, and so people ask me. They say, "Hey, is it possible to be on remote neural monitoring and not know it?" Yes. The answer is absolutely yes. And I used to think this. Okay, I used to say this on my channel, and so and I'll correct myself whenever I'm wrong, whenever my understanding of things escalates, and I have a better understanding, then I'm going to come back and correct that because I want people to have a real understanding of this, and I want the facts to be out there. And unfortunately, there's some people out there, and they're not bad people. They're good people, targeted people. Um, don't mean they're good just because they're targeted, uh, but it doesn't mean they're bad. But there's some good people out there that have some influence, and there's some people that I noticed that are starting to have um, some pull kind of in the community and some a following. And that's not something that I'm going to hate on, not at all. Okay, so what I want to do though, when I know that somebody's got some misunderstandings and their perception of how things work and how things are is inaccurate, then I'm going to reach out to those people. And there's a few targeted people out there that I need to reach out to. And basically, what I want to do is reach out to them and say, hey, you got some misconceptions, and I want to talk about it. And so we need to come to some understandings because we need to we need to have some solid standards on what we know to be the truth, and then what is still to be discovered or determined. And we need to be unified on this. And I mean, I can be like, hey, this is how it is, but I can't tell you for certain, absolutely, and prove it that this is how it is. I just know, okay. And so we can leave that open to discovery. But I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to tell you what I know, and I'm not going to lie to people. But some people that are out there spreading things when they really don't know, I feel like they need to. I feel like I need to talk to them. And so it's not a hater thing. It's not a thing where I feel like, because some people are gonna say, oh, you don't want me to be the famous person on YouTube, or you don't want me to steal your glory or whatever. And it's nothing like that. I want the truth to be out there, and I want these problems to be solved. That's what I want. That's what Kevin Christian wants. So if you happen to catch a little message from me, and I say, hey, we need to talk about some things because you're having an influence on the community, and I think that you're inaccurate on some things. Don't take it personal. I want to collaborate with you, and I'm talking about some specific people, but I'm not really pointing fingers at anybody. I'm not going to come out publicly and say who these people are, but there's several targeted people that I feel like I need to talk to about these things. Um, and I really don't know why I'm coming out with this on this video, but this is what I want to tell you on this video. Okay, yes, you can be on remote neural monitoring without knowing it, because this is a fact. Okay, every human person, and it may stretch beyond human people. Okay, it may stretch to every living thing, everything that has an EMF signature frequency. Every human has a unique EMF signature frequency. We have a frequency of resonation, and can be identified by that frequency by this satellite broadcast system with EMF, electromagnetic field, this energy field that surrounds our planet, that is the infrastructure of this broadcast system, and it is the web of energy that binds us all together. And every person has a unique EMF signature, and every person is on neural monitoring in this system, and the system is reading and picking up every human person. The difference between remote neural monitoring and neural monitoring would be, in the sense that I'm talking about, is you either have access to it or you don't. And the people that have access to theirs, you could probably bet on this, okay? Whether you have access or not, okay, you are still a user. Okay, just like a gang stalker will make you a user on your phone while they administrate it, really. Okay, even a gang stalker is a user on their neural monitoring when somebody, somewhere, some entity or some group or some person, they have an authoritative control over your neural monitoring, even if you have access. But, it's same with your phones or anything else. You can control your stuff, but ultimately somebody's in control of this system or some group or some entity. You'd have to think whoever put these satellites up there and whoever wrote the script and the coding to everything, they've got to be in control of it, And there's some people that come out, and I'm a skeptic. I got a lot of skepticism. Some people come out and say, hey, this is what's going on, and I helped write the system, and I'm a scientist and all this stuff, but what? But you don't know how to access neural monitoring, and you don't know how to help targeted people stop being targeted? I'm doubting you. You write all the books you want to. I'm doubting you, though. If you're a scientist and you help to create this system, then now all of a sudden you don't have access and you don't know what's really going on, and you ain't talking about EMF broadcast, I think you're a liar. So that's just my stance on things. There's some people that I need some clarification from, because I know what's going on, and I think that they are propagandists. All right. If you have access to neural monitoring, then you can control your own settings, and you can decide who you're connected to, and you can stop people from broadcasting to you or stop people from receiving you, and you can stop people from attacking you with broadcasts and all of these things just by having access to your settings and your neural monitoring, your control panel, your neurological control panel that you've acquired online, just like these gang stalkers. And notice, too, every person that has access to neural monitoring is not a gang stalker. A lot of people have access to neural monitoring, and they are not gang stalkers. Some people have access to it. And why they don't help everybody else, I don't know. I don't know the situation, so it's hard for me to say. I don't know. If you get it and they say, hey, if you come out with this publicly, we're going to flip this switch and make your heart stop, maybe that's a thing. I don't know. So it's hard for me to say, hey, you're evil, because even if you're not a gang stalker, if you won't stop the torture and everything else, then you don't get my respect. I can't say that because I don't know the circumstances. At some point, I assume that I'm going to find out, and then I'm going to have a different perspective on what I feel like about the people who have access to it that didn't take steps to stop the horrible things that are happening with this technology. This technology is going nowhere. Every person's on neural monitoring, and you either have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, then you need to get on your computer programming game and your network capabilities game and start learning about all of those things, so eventually you can have it. And it might take a year, it might take 2 or 3 years, but that's a lot better than it taking 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years, however old you are now and how long you plan to live. I mean, but you could be going through this for 30 years. Is that what you want? I mean, I've been going through this for like 7 or 8 years now. I got a lot of opposition, and that's part of the reason. One portion of the reason that I come out with everything that I do, because there's too many people trying to stop me, and I know too much. And so I feel like this: if you're gonna stop me, it's like the gang stalker the other day. It's like, we're not letting you do this, and we're not letting you do that. Okay, hey, well, okay. Well, if I can learn how to do it, and you'll stop me from doing it anyway, then I'll teach 100,000 people how to do it. And then you can spend your time trying to stop all of them. Okay, and that's not going to work out, because there's more of us than there is them. There's more people that don't have it than there is that have it. And these people that have it, that think they can stop me, and they think they can. That's what it boils down to. If you're going to try to stop me, then I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna grow my people, my tribe, my group. Okay, the people that know, the people that you're going to have to stop is about to multiply, because you tried to stop me. And then, hey, maybe I get it and I help, a million other people. Maybe I've already helped 1 million people. Maybe I help a whole bunch of people. Maybe I help my close people and disappear into the wilderness. I don't know how it's going to be. And I don't know what the circumstances are, so it's hard for me to say. I don't approve of this torture, and I don't approve of this unconsensual mind rape. I don't approve of it, and I don't approve of these people using technology in malicious, wicked ways for control and power. But yes, everybody's on remote neural monitoring. And if you want to know more about it, you can find 6,400 and something videos on my YouTube channel. This is Kevin Christian. It's a targeted individual channel. I'm also working on some other ones: remote neural monitoring, artificial telepathy, and I'm about to get the EMF broadcast kicking, and that's kind of the main thing. It's all EMF broadcast, and so I'm working on the EMFBroadcast.com, and I'm working on everything else about EMF broadcast. I own all of it, and I'm trying to make that the core of my foundation or whatever. So I got all of the Facebook groups: gang stalking, EMF broadcast, artificial telepathy, targeted individual, remote neural monitoring, and I got all the pages for all of those things too. And I got all the old stuff from SoundCloud from like 2015 and 16, where I really kicked off this public campaign. It's the raw stuff, raw to the core, like just talking like I don't give no. So that's it, and I'm trying to get a lot more professional about it these days. And that's the pathway that I'm taking. And every day I spend time learning coding stuff and network stuff about computer languages and APIs and SDKs and scripting and web development and network stuff and all of that every day. Every day, take some time to learn about those things and get a laptop. And there's no excuses. That's it. And work hard every day. Work hard. Keep yourself together. Stay off drugs. Stay healthy, stay active, take care of yourself. Patience and planning, time and people. Those are the important things.